Hey, yo, it's four young kings just sitting and chilling because we rather count money instead of your opinions.
Welcome to another episode of Your Opinion Don't Count. Stop looking at me, DJ. It's your boy, Karen, the original.
He said my name already. It's your boy DJ.
It's Detox. So last week we was talking about, the whole Valentine's Day thing. We did the 5 love languages, took that test. We talked about some of that. And we briefly spoke on the Myers-Briggs personality test, or Briggs-Myers, however it is. So we decided that we would take this test.
And we did the personality test.
That we did. Now, in our taking of this test, we took it for ourselves initially. Right, and as reading through some of the stuff, it's a long stuff to read, so we ain't gonna bore you all. We ain't gonna bore you all.
It's
all
a lot, but it's fucking scarily interesting.
Yeah,
let me say that.
So taking it for ourselves, like we saw some of the things applied to us, some of the things didn't in some aspects, right? So it's 16 different personalities, and each of the personalities have two versions of it. One being you're an assertive type person versus a turbulent type person, right?
Of that said personality.
Of that said personality, right? So I guess technically it's 32, but it's really 16, right? And so when we all took it, DJ got an advocate. He actually took it twice for himself.
And he got an advocate twice.
Both times.
Yeah, but my percentages were just a little bit different.
Yeah, before we get into all of that, so we took it for ourselves.
Right.
And then we also took it for each other.
Yeah, that's a very important part. So if you're going to take this at home, take it for yourself. And then have somebody at least close to you, or like a good friend or somebody that you think knows you. Have them take it for you, and then you do vice versa.
Yeah, and you get to compare the results.
So in our little triangle here, I took it for Dito. Dito took Rico's test as Rico. Rico took the test as me, and we got some results.
Yeah, we got some We actually found out that in our estimation, we think that when we took it for each other, being that we know each other so well, that the results of that was actually
more accurate than the results you take for yourself,
well,
because you answer the questions as yourself. So a lot of these questions is based on like moral and some of your own logic. So yeah, so when you take it for yourself, you might get a different result than when somebody else takes it for you. So that's why you should take it. At least you do one for you, and then you have somebody take it for you as well.
So before we dive into our results, let's just go to the
types?
16 the 16 personalities.
Okay.
So I guess
they break them down in 4 categories.
Yeah. So the 16 personalities in 4 categories. You got explorers, you got sentinels, diplomats, and analysts. So in the analyst group, you have the architect, right, which they describe as imaginative and strategic thinkers with a plan for everything. You have the logician, innovative inventors with an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. You have the commander, bold, imaginative and strong-willed leaders, always finding a way or making one. And then you have the debater, smart and curious thinkers who cannot resist an intellectual challenge. Then under the diplomats, you have advocate, a quiet and mystical, yet inspiring and tireless idealist. You have a mediator, poetic, kind, and altruistic people, always eager to help a good cause. You have the protagonist, charismatic and inspiring leaders, able to mesmerize their listeners. And the campaigner, enthusiastic, creative, and sociable free spirits who can always find a reason to smile. Then you have the sentinels. You have the logistician, practical and fact-minded individuals whose reliability cannot be doubted. You have the defender, very delicate and warm protectors, always ready to defend their loved ones. You have the executive, excellent administrators, unsurpassed at managing things or people. And you have the consul, extraordinarily caring, social, and popular people, always eager to help. And finally, in the explorers category, you have the virtuoso, bold and practical experimenters, masters of all kinds of tools. You have the adventurer, flexible and charming artist, always ready to explore and experience something new. The entrepreneur, smart, energetic, and very perceptive people who truly enjoy living on the edge. And last but not least, the entertainer, spontaneous, energetic, and enthusiastic people. Life is never boring around them.
Bro, so this is what I don't get, though. all the questions is exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and it's like, bro, how the fuck, bro? Like, they get all these personalities from the same list of questions,
Yeah.
bro.
I
Well,
thought I seen like 2 different questions the second time I took it.
No, I
Nah.
see. It's the same question.
it's the
Yeah.
same question.
It's the same question.
So in the questions, and the reason I think for this is because every question technically has 7 answers. It goes from strongly agree to strongly disagree.
and then neutral in the middle.
You know,
yeah.
you have agree, more
Slightly
agree,
agree.
and then
Slightly, yeah. Agree, like strongly agree, regular agree, slightly agree, neutral, and then vice versa.
So-
you have-
So let's start off by going through. I guess you want to go first or DJ. We can go by DJ results. And
yeah,
you
we-
can
we-
let
we-
your percentages
yeah, we can start off with our own with the test we took first.
and
So, I mean, for the people that know me, or whatever the case, I took this myself, and I was an advocate. Basically, I as a introduction, I treat people as
Oh.
if
Hold on, one more second before we go forward. Just a quick breakdown. So in the 16 personalities, you have 4 different, well, technically 5 different categories. You have, the first category is either introverted or extroverted, so it'll be E or I. You have intuitive or observant, so I or O. No, actually, what they actually break that down to? That ain't even I or O. But then the next one, you have thinking and feeling. Fourth
N
one,
is neutral.
neutral. Okay.
I lie. I think
No?
so. I
That can't
think
be.
so.
Then you have judging, perspective, and then assertive or turbulent. You
okay.
where you have the personality types? I. S.
So go through your percentages, DJ. What you
Yeah.
get as far as the what is it?
As an advocate, I am 72% introverted. I am versus extroverted. I am 63% intuitive versus observant, which I disagree with. I am 58% feeling versus 42% thinking. I am 63% judging versus 37% prospecting. And I am 57% turbulent versus 43% assertive to the personality. But this is an overview of this. I guess advocates more like they insightful. They they rather help somebody other than helping themselves type of personality, or whatever the case. That's what I get from that whole, because there's a lot to read when you dive into it. Like, you read a lot about yourself. But what I get from it is creative, insightful, decisive, determined and passionate, inspiring and convincing. So basically, and they compare advocates to a lot of people like Martin Luther King, Mandela, Mother Teresa, shit like that. Yeah.
And
So
also,
go ahead.
what does it say? Because when you get the results, right, they have it broken down in different percentages. Under that, right, under the name of it, they also have, I guess, kind of like traits of the person. So under yours, it said what?
Mine said diplomat and constant improvement.
Right.
So I took this test
Mm.
for DJ.
Yeah,
As
Rico
well.
and Rico take it from me, and I think he has a more true
And he-
personality type for me than
his,
I picked for
his
myself.
personality type was logician, which his percentages were 74% introverted, 58% intuitive, 53% thinking, 92% prospecting, and 64% turbulent. And his personality, his results, I guess, was constantly improving as well, an analyst.
And that is
So
that is exactly what everyone basically is.
like you're
calling
saying,
me.
it's a lot to read when they really
Yes.
break it down, and
Yeah,
break
'cause
down the personality.
You know
of
what I
that?
can do real quick?
We-
I just can read the first paragraph.
Yeah,
'Cause it does-
we trying to give y'all a little overview because this like homework for y'all. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's very fucking like interesting when you
Right.
like really get to the nitty gritty of it.
So it says the logician personality type is fairly rare, making up only 3% of the population, which is definitely a good thing for them, as there's nothing they'd be more unhappy about than being common. Logicians pride themselves on their inventiveness and creativity, their unique perspective and vigorous intellect. Usually known as the philosopher, the architect, or the dreamy professor, logicians have been responsible for many scientific discoveries throughout history. And the other one was
Advocate.
advocate. Bring that up real quick. And for the advocate, it said, the advocate personality type is very rare, making up less than 1% of the population, but nonetheless leave their mark on the world. Advocates have an inborn sense of idealism and morality, but what sets them apart is that they are not idle dreamers. These individuals are capable of taking concrete steps to realize their goals and make a lasting positive impact. So, I mean, when we, like, with the logician, like, we found that, at least in our estimation, you know, what we think about DJ is that fits him better than the advocate. And when you go down and you take this test, they have it breaking down strengths and weaknesses, romantic relationships, friendships, parenthood, career path, and workplace habits. Oh, and to check out to take the test is at 16personalities.com. We have a link in the description, so you click on it, check it out. But yeah, it's crazy, like the amount of stuff they go into is
It's very well thought out. I'm gonna say that. Like whoever did this was probably a logician, bro. Like on some real shit. Whoever did this whole shit.
all right. And now we had Rico. Rico take the test.
I took the test for myself, and my results was a campaigner, a diplomat, and a people mastery.
Yeah, people mastery.
And I got a 58% extroverted, 60% intuitive, 63% feeling, 58% prospecting, and 61% assertive.
All right. And
Dito took the test for him as well.
Hold on. I read the introduction first, right? So the introduction for the campaigner is, the campaigner personality is a true free spirit. They are often the life of the party. But unlike types in the explorer role group, campaigners are less interested in their sheer excitement and pleasure of the moment than they are in enjoying the social and emotional connections they make with others. Charming, independent, energetic, and compassionate, the 7% of the population that comprise can certainly be felt in any crowd.
I agree with that. But later I'm gonna take it for you, like from my view. Yeah. I'm gonna take it for you from my view.
It looks like I'm a campaigner.
Yeah, because
So
both of y'all take that.
I
and
took
both
the test
of
for
y'all
him too,
campaigners.
and I got a campaigner for him too. But the percentages are wildly different. So in the extroverted introverted category, he is 96% extroverted. In the intuitive observant, he is 60% intuitive. He is 74% feeling, 71% prospecting, and 72% assertive.
That extroverted shit, that 90-something% extroverted shit, that is definitely you, my guy.
Extremely.
That is extremely you, bro. Now, we took the test. Well, Dito took the test for him, and he got campaigner for himself.
As well, yeah.
But I took the test for Dito, and we got a fucking.
Hold on. Before you go there, right?
We got the facts.
We got the real facts.
We got the real personality trait.
So I got campaigner for myself, right?
Yeah.
And so it also said diplomat and people mastery, and I got 57% extroverted, 73% intuitive, 68% feeling, 65% prospecting, and 63% assertive. Right? I already read the introduction for that. But nah, DJ took it for me. Right? I let him tell y'all what it was. But when I started to read that, like
the very first bar was like,
It was
Yeah,
crazy.
this,
It
yeah,
was crazy.
yeah, this nigga. My shit,
was
my
it?
shit
Come on.
dead. So
Oh,
yeah, you
It
can
was,
read you can read it. Oh no,
so
wait,
we
wait,
got-
wait, wait,
we
wait. No,
got-
no. I got a couple of juice. I
Yeah.
could probably read your little percentages.
read the
got-
percentages and what it says underneath the.
All right, so when I took it for Dito, he got commander, analyst, people mastery, 68% extroverted, 69% intuitive, 69% thinking, 76% judging, 60% assertive. And yeah, so just read that friggin' that introduction for commanders.
One, it's crazy that how much like two of the whole thing switch complete sides from he taking.
Feeling and perspective, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went to thinking and judging.
Yeah.
So right. So commander introduction, right? It says commanders are natural born leaders. People with this personality type embody the gifts of charisma and confidence and project authority in a way that draws crowds together behind a common goal. However, commanders are also characterized by an often ruthless level of rationality, using their drive, determination, and sharp minds to achieve whatever end they've set for themselves. Perhaps it is best that they make up only 3% of the population, lest they overwhelm the more timid and sensitive personality types that make up much more of the rest of the world. But we have commanders to thank for many of the businesses and institutions we take for granted every day. So, after taking these tests, like we say, we very much push that if you're going to take it, have somebody take it with, for you as well, right? And just when you if you're taking it for somebody, just look, and because some of the questions you may be like, I don't even know, because it asks how the person thinks.
Yeah.
I just taking the
Consideration of
Consideration,
what
boom.
you know.
Yeah, what you
Yeah.
know of
About
that
that
person,
person, yeah.
like
Yeah.
this is how this person would probably answer this. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
yeah,
But
But I think
it's a cool little test. I mean,
that's fucking crazy to me, dog.
yeah.
it is.
That crazy to me.
I was
I ain't gonna
like,
lie, yours convinced me more than anything. Like that, this is very scary. Like the logician thing. Like I know myself. Like
Right.
I am very logical, bro. Like
Mhm.
if this don't make sense, you gotta make this make sense to me for me to like believe this or understand this or
Right.
whatever the case. Like, and that's why I attack everything logically. But when I answer these questions myself, using my own logic, I don't get a logician. You know what I mean? I get something else. Whereas my best friend who know me, you feel what I saying, could answer this, and exactly how I feel about it is
Yeah.
what it is coming from him.
Yeah, you looking at my face answering some
Yeah, because this
questions.
nigga clicking the answers and he like,
Yeah.
they're like, hold the fuck up, bro. Like, what are you answering like that? Like, yeah, that's this nigga. Like, you know what I mean? And then in your case, bro, I ain't gonna lie. That commander shit could not have been more spot on, bro. Like, for the people that watch this and know Dito, if y'all read the commander shit, y'all gonna say, God damn, this Dito. The strengths,
Yeah.
the weaknesses, almost 89, 90% of this shit is Dito. Like,
it's pretty on
it's
point.
very scary.
Yeah, and
so-
if y'all want, you could go on the site and
Yeah, you could go on the site and it'll show
you
you,
can see
yeah.
everything for every
Well,
personality.
it's crazy.
type.
You could
That shit crazy, bro.
you could take this and like better yourself from it, because I'm sure in 10, 20 years, your
Yeah.
personality change. You
Yeah.
have different views on life, and you know what I mean. It is what it is. So, yeah, take the test. Look at your percentages, and
So I'm gonna go with both. Like I'm gonna go with I'm both. I'm way more a logician than an advocate, but I have very strong characteristics from both of the personality tests. So, and I can say the same for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think
You like 80-20 though. You
Yeah,
like fucking 80-20 though.
yeah, like the commander stuff. I think that
That's a
pretty
lot
much-
of Rico though.
that's pretty much on point. But like the campaigner stuff, like we was reading it when we first took it, right?
And it was like, yeah.
Yeah, because it was campaigner for me and Rico, and we was looking at it that,
Yeah.
bruh, like we know each other, and I know, because we very different people. Even though like some of the percentages in each category were like very different. When we first took it, like for me, it had 52% for extroverted versus Rico, it had 53% or 57 or 58, whatever is like a percentage off. But now we know that, like, we know that wasn't true, and so that's where we came up.
That's what the idea of, hey, let's take it for each other type thing.
Yeah.
In the world, in the era we live in, actually, 2020, where you either extrovert or introvert.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All the introverts out there.
Bruh, like, I know I introverted. Like,
And the wannabe introverts. I feel like it's a lot of wannabe introverts out there. Yeah, I'm introverted too.
Yeah.
Nah, for me, I think I borderline. I more extroverted than introverted, but it's sometimes, I need a little recharge for myself.
I the type of nigga, I only extroverted when I with people I know, bro.
Yeah.
Or if I go into a party and I know who the host of the party is, then I'd go and, you see what they saying? But other than that, I don't be into none of that shit, bro. I don't even like humans, bro. Like, if it's too much humans, bro, I'd be ready to destroy them all.
Hashtag alcohol to bring the
They should have had a next one called Diabolical. That's what I really think I am. Because I would blow this whole planet up if I have the opportunity to do so, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So you like Hitler then?
No, I wouldn't say Hitler. Hitler just was, he had beef with one people.
You just have beef with everybody.
The whole shit. I'd fuck this whole shit up. You know what I'm saying?
But what's crazy is that I think if Daddy was to take the test, like, he'd be like 100% extroverted.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think nobody. Is there any fucking what you call it on this could get you 100% extroverted?
I'm sure it could. Like, always liking to be around people. Like, bro, my daddy is be ready to just be around people, bro.
Yeah, that nigga, like, he's like that.
That's Rico right there. That's how I get 96. But it's crazy, but they so much alike, bro.
Yeah.
No, I like it. Yeah,
if you take that for your, if you take that for your dad, you might get the same results.
Probably.
But
can't be,
Hey, this personality shit crazy though. Like, I fucks with this over the whole Zodiac thing.
So talking about personalities, we need to dive into one day about like the serial killer personalities, the 13 personality traits
of a serial killer.
Yeah.
That's the next test we gotta take.
Nah, we ain't taking no serial killer test.
Next thing you know, you are methodical. You like to cut your victims up in tiny pieces. You know what I mean? Nah, I ain't about to do that shit.
Make spaghetti
exactly.
sauce.
I ain't about to do that shit.
Spaghetti sauce.
I ain't about to do that shit. And then they got who you like, Hannibal Lecter, this serial killer, that serial killer. Because at the bottom they'll give you like, I guess, other like famous people and like historical people that share the same personality as you
so
as well.
I could do a quick one for the personality type. So if we go for the campaigner for Rico, you got Robert Downey Jr., Robin Williams, Quentin Tarantino, and Kim Nam-joon. Don't know who that is.
Yeah, some terrorist nigga.
And then, as the leader of North Korea.
No, that's his cousin or some shit.
For the logician,
that's the one he killed or some shit.
For the logician, you got Bill Gates, Kristen Stewart, Albert Einstein, and Stanley Crouch.
Yeah, niggas trying to say he's smart like that.
Yeah, and
for
the commander,
I don't want to agree,
We got Steve Jobs,
Gordon
Ramsay.
It's raw!
Hey, what'd you say about Ramsay last week?
What he said? This squid is so raw.
Ramsay don't fuck around.
This squid is so raw, I can still hear him telling SpongeBob to fuck off.
Margaret Thatcher and Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Yeah,
I actually
should have Reagan. You should have fucking Reagan on the list, nigga.
I actually pulled this up to see some serial killer types, right?
This nigga pull this shit up.
No, it's like it's
another quiz though. Oh no,
no, it's not a quiz. It's just 13 personality traits, if I'm not mistaken, of serial killers. And what's the guy named Jeffrey Dahmer apparently had like a lot of these traits, but I just thought about it because we on the topic of personalities, and you never know. You get to see they had Commander under that shit. I should say Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah. Yeah, similar.
I feel most of these serial killers would have been logicians too, though.
Yeah, similar
Oh.
personality.
So it says here, so from a Myers-Briggs point of view, which personality type is most predisposed to a psychopathy, sociopathy, or shows the most psychopathic or sociopathic characteristics? Because serial killers can either be highly calculating or spontaneously impulsive. They could conceivably be a judging or perceiving type. However, the typical serial killer exhibits a sensing and thinking preference. The sensation and stimulus-seeking aspect of psychopaths and sociopaths is a big part of their criminal motivations, and so extroverted sensing has to be in their first or second function. This would corner them as perceiving type and basically makes ISTP and ESTP the most tenable candidates for psychopathic and sociopathic potential. Let's look at ISTP and ESTP. Let's see what types they are. ISTP. ISTP is a virtuoso, bold and practical experimenters, masters of all kinds of tools. And an ESTP, also an explorer, is an entrepreneur, smart, energetic, and very perceptive people.
So y'all fucking psycho explorers, when y'all take this test, don't feel bad, bro, if you end up being an explorer.
Hey, be a virtuoso. You might be a serial killer, motherfucker.
Fucking psycho. Why so serious?
The entrepreneur, it says, smart, energetic, and very perceptive people who truly enjoy living on the edge.
Oh, sheesh.
Of a blade. That's crazy.
But it is crazy, like the amount of things you could sit down and like look when you compare it to various types of people, even like famous people. You get to see their personality types and see how you line up with them. But it's crazy for me, whereas like both of the, like all of the personalities we came up with, there was always like 7%, 3% of the population and stuff like that, right? So I gotta go dive in and see like what's the most popular type and stuff like that, like how much percentage of the population and stuff it is.
I think they did that already, though.
No, I mean just like
that's why it's like only 1% of the population is advocates and 3% of the population is legit.
That's a rough.
But when you really look at it, what is 3% of like 6 billion, bro?
7 billion.
Yeah. What is 3% of that? What is 1% of that?
1%, 10% is 700 million. 1% is 70 million.
Yeah, and then 3% of that is what?
210 million.
Yeah.
210 million people
in
is
the
logicians. Yeah.
In the world.
Okay.
Hey, that's just enough to.
That's a fucking lot.
To make E equals MC square.
Yeah, but it was only one Einstein.
That's just enough to make the iPhone.
There's only one Einstein, bro. Actually, the nigga. That's crazy how Bill Gates is a logician, and Steve Jobs is a commander.
Yeah. I mean, when you hear people,
does it make sense?
I'm sure they coexist. Like, as
ain't
far
they
as
knew they knew each other too, right?
Yeah. They worked together early on.
Like, and yeah, they seem like, I'm pretty sure they seem like definite too. Like, obviously, how we got.
Nigga, the Dito shit is super definite, bro.
I know, but I mean, like, you still have, like, leeway in between the percentages, you know what I mean? As
even
far as.
ML.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. When they was like, this nigga think he could do everything, and there was like strengths and weaknesses. Or like jobs, and it was like, why can't I fly a plane and then learn how to write music and do all of this? And I was like, bro, this nigga right there, bro. Because as y'all know, Dito got 3 fucking degrees just because for no reason. So,
rarest to most common. Let's see.
What's that you looking at?
This is a place that brought it up. So the most common type is the ISTJ.
which is
This is the place that brought up what?
This a website that just have them all ISTJ.
You passed it.
I passed it.
Yeah, right there.
ISTJ is a logistician. It's not the same as a logician. So
That's the most common.
Yeah,
that's the most
practical
common.
and what it is? What is it? Practical and what?
Practical
Yeah.
and fact-minded individuals whose reliability cannot be doubted. Then you got the ISTP 9.8. Well, ISTJ is 15.9.
ISTP the serial killer shit?
Yeah, was it? Yeah, ISTP. Yeah.
Oh,
Nine
that's the
9.8.
That's the second most common, nigga.
Then ESTJ.
Lone psychopaths, bro.
ESTJ is 9%, which
It's
was
the second
next
one.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We got a lot of psychopaths.
That's
associated.
crazy, bro.
Then the ISFJ
Is a defender.
8.4%. The ENFP is 8.2%.
What am I again?
ENF.
What is my
ENFP.
logician shit?
ENF. ENTP is a debater. ENFP.
Where's INFJ at?
ENFP is a mediator.
Okay. Then let's just go to the rare ones, right? ENTJ. What's ENTJ?
ENTJ is the ENTJ is at the top, and it is
A commander.
a commander.
That is the rarest, 1.8%.
A commander.
Second rarest is the ENFJ.
That's in analysis as well.
As a protagonist.
2.2%. The INFJ.
That's me. That's advocate.
Yeah, 2.3% of the population. INTJ.
That's
an architect.
yeah, INTJ, yeah.
Damn it, don't say the percentage.
ENTP
Well, it says
is
it's
a debater.
ENTP. The beta is 4.3%. INTP 4.8%.
Yeah, that's a logician now.
Yeah. That the rarest nigga on this planet, bro.
Something a commander would definitely say.
Yeah.
Hey, this shit
man.
is very
Yeah.
interesting, bro.
I like it. I think
I like
it's
it too.
I think it's a cool little thing to do.
Yeah, it's a good little project.
Yeah, and even sitting down and reading some of the strengths and weaknesses. I mean, you ain't just gotta sit down and take it as, oh, this is me, so this is what I is. I mean, I would assume everybody wants to better themselves and stuff like that. So you could sit down and be like, okay, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses. Okay, let me become better at the weaknesses and stuff like that, and help to just better yourself. Even reading stuff between friendships and relationships and stuff like that, it speaks about how some of your personality traits affect these things.
Mm-hmm.
Even going into workplace habits and stuff like that. But it's a pretty dope thing.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro.
It makes me sit and think about how intelligent so many people are when you sit down and think that somebody had to take the time to come up with these, like, hey, this person is like this.
This had to been a group effort for this shit, though.
No, yeah, it's a social project.
Yeah,
obviously,
this is fuck.
yeah.
This.
Yeah, but somebody had to.
16 though. 16, bro.
Somebody had to sit down and say, you know what? Like, people different. What makes them different? Why are they different?
But yeah,
Another question.
it started all the way back with philosophers like Plato and
Another question.
It sounds
like
like two people make it up. It's called the Myers-Briggs test. So
The another question is, how long has this been started from? And now that we in this new time, maybe there could be 20 personalities. Maybe there's 4 more. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I think it's like that because they
some
break
shit
it
like
down.
that.
They break it down into the four different types of things.
Categories, yeah.
Yeah, and they added assertive and turbulent because when I initially took it, it didn't have the INTP-A,
With the little-
INTP-T, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It have a little breakdown. If you go and read it, they tell you a certain things that's different between the A versus the T type personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you when I first went to college and stuff like that, they had an area where for people who didn't really know what it is they wanted to do, that you could go and take the personality test, and based on that, they'll be like, well, from what they know, like these type of professions that these type of personalities tend to go into. And so
It'll be crazy 20 years from now. We take this test, we look back at this video and be like, God
And
damn.
we the same niggas.
God damn, you change, eh? You change.
Yeah.
You was a commander back then.
Nah, you just
not a general. See what I saying?
Now you just a follower.
See what I
nah, he just is
You was
taking
an
mine. He
architect.
just
Now
a
you
taker,
just
man.
break shit down.
That's very interesting though. But I fuck with it. Like I really fuck with it. But I'm a seriously
You was a
read into it.
virtuoso. Now you a fucking serial killer.
No, ain't that's where serial killers has come from, the virtuosos. So
you are entrepreneur. Now you
shit.
jobless.
can you imagine you got arrested, you in court, and what's the motives behind your crimes? I am an IFJP. So some fuck like that, you know what I mean?
That's where you get that.
Yo, you know what'd be crazy though?
Temporary insanity.
You know what'd be crazy though? Like imagine, right, when you get locked up and convicted, before you go into jail, they have you take this test.
And then they group you all together like some segregation shit.
No, not even that. Not like a group
all
together.
the explorers
It's just,
together.
and then they'll have like this consensus of like the amount of crimes committed by fucking architects is crazy compared to the amount of crimes committed by commanders or you know what I mean, or some shit like that.
Or even the
types of crimes. That's
like,
dog.
Like entrepreneurs, they normally is drug dealers.
And all the explorers and all the explorers break out of jail.
All the explorers.
And the logicians like that's not logical.
Yeah, exactly. All the logicians is do their fucking time. Or all the logicians that break out and never get catch.
all the executives is white collar crimes.
Yeah.
Flicking embezzlement.
Yeah. That's you, nigga. That's you. You white collar criminal.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's very interesting. I say that word a lot today, bro. It is very fucking.
But don't take it literal.
Yeah,
Know what I
definitely
mean?
don't take it literal, bro. Don't read this and be like,
I feel like I could piece little of my personality from all 16 traits.
I mean,
just going off
I don't
the
think
root,
so.
going off the root word. I mean,
I mean, a lot of them share stuff together because it's two pieces, right? So it's four categories. You got where the category shit is, man. Just so.
Listen, I'm an architect. I built my own shoes on Nike website before. All right.
So I mean,
I also built my own Xbox controller, but that don't mean.
So you got extroverted and introverted, intuitive or observant, thinking, feeling, judging, prospecting, right? That's the four main categories. So I mean, in some personality types, I mean, unless it's the personality type that's completely different than you, like if you are ENFP to be a IT.
The letter's confusing people.
If you an EMFT, then a QLMNOP don't make sense. Because when you talk to MQWY, it's like you always bring up these things that an IJFT will say. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid. Like
and if you're an EMT, you respond to the 911.
And if you're an EMT, you respond to the 911. And then if it's really bad, then the FBI and the DEA is showing.
Along with the CIA.
CIA. And then if it's really bad within the organization, then IA gonna come, and then niggas going to jail, bro.
Yes.
In the
That's too funny, bro.
In the
JAIL. You's an asshole.
So right.
And they ain't getting BAIL either. slash T.
Oh fuck! This nigga retarded, son.
So I mean, like DJ is the logistician, right? Oh,
No,
the logician, right?
Logician.
The complete opposite, because they
AKA
Each one?
INDB.
So all the
Hey, shout
all
out
the
to the
different-
episode title, bro. Alphabet soup. Personality, alphabet soup, nigga.
So all the different flipping personality types, they have these 4 letters that basically set you as that personality type. And I don't think that you'll probably find that you have some things in common with
But all of
something
them, yeah.
with something that's completely opposite to you. You know what I mean? Because DJ is
Listen,
They
I
tell
could-
you what's opposite
listen,
to you, too?
well. I look at I
I
looked
could
it
go
up,
through
like-
all of these and tell you how
Hold
I
on.
find a part of myself
So-
in this.
So the
No, you
console,
can
the
potentially-
console is a ESFJ, right? You
And-
are
and-
INTP. Everything is completely opposite. So
and
therefore,
LMNOB.
so I don't think that'll be you. You know what I mean?
and I'm a LMNOB, the middle of the alphabet.
No, nigga, you a LGBT.
I'm a
So
LMNOB.
so the logistician is the opposite to Rico, right? ISTJ. I just can read the quick introduction. The logistician personality type is thought to be the most abundant, making up around 13% of the population. Their defining characteristics of integrity, practical logic, and tireless dedication to duty make logisticians a vital core to many families, as well as organizations that uphold traditions, rules, and standards, such as law offices, regulatory bodies, and military. People with the logistician personality type enjoy taking responsibility for their actions and take pride in the work they do when working towards a goal. Logisticians hold back none of their time and energy, completing each relevant task with accuracy and patience. None of that describes you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
For real, son.
But scroll a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna read that old shit.
and
Exact-
and I bet I find something in weaknesses and
Listen,
and strengths.
listen.
Weaknesses
It's
and
not
strengths.
very. Listen, it's not
Weakness
very.
in the-
It's
weaknesses
not
and
very
strengths of a-
logical to read all of this right now.
Exactly. But then, yeah, the point is
Look at
whatever-
that. Look at that. Calm and practical.
That's bullshit.
and yeah.
I
That's
calm and
you are
practical.
you are nowhere near practical. You could be calm, but you ain't practical at all, my nigga.
Exactly.
That's 'cause
I apologize.
I'm an impractical joker.
Move the shit off the screen.
Create and enforce order. You do that? No.
No,
I wanted to
he
be a
creates
police.
chaos.
I wanted to be a police officer.
Why? So you could why?
Create and enforce order.
They just enforce it. They don't create it.
And then I wanted
That
to be
they-
a politician.
They enforce the order. They enforce the order that's created by someone else.
I also wanted to be a politician.
Jack of all trades. Definitely not.
Nah. Yeah, that ain't me. But scroll up. What else they got in strength and weaknesses of a
Very responsible. Nigga, you never on time.
not very, but responsible.
Strong-willed and dutiful.
I'm strong-willed. I ain't
A lot of
I ain't-
people can
I
say
ain't
they
du-
strong-willed,
I ain't
bro.
dutiful though. That rhyme with bootyful. Honest and direct. That's me right there.
That is true.
Integrity is the heart of the logistician personality type. Emotional
Integrity,
manipulation.
yeah.
Rico ain't got
Hold
no
on,
fucking
hold on.
integrity. If he
Hold on.
see $20 on the ground, he picking that up. That's my 20 that he.
I was not. That don't have nothing to
hold
do
on.
with integrity.
Yeah, because
hold
you
on.
could say, yo, somebody dropped $20. That's
Yes,
integrity.
That's integrity.
Yes.
No, and obviously, if I see someone
That's-
drop it, but if it just laying there,
That's
with
also
nobody
honesty.
in sight,
Okay, so
with nobody
question.
in sight, of course
Question.
that's my 20. What you want me return it to the bank?
So question, right?
I love.
so question, right? You walking down the street, right? You flip in, see a bag laying in the bushes. You pick up the bag, right? It got $1 million in it. You know what? No, let's say it got $10,000 in it.
Listen,
What you
anything
doing?
to do with money
What you doing?
that is unclaimed is mine. Okay.
Hold on. No.
In-
There's a
I'm
license. There's a license in the bag too. So it has a person's name, address, all that stuff. What you doing?
A license in the bag.
Yeah. Driver's license.
A driver's license.
Yeah. What you
Uh,
doing?
This nigga's so fucking
Uh-huh.
stupid.
a driver's license won't necessarily.
listen,
Hold on,
listen,
hold on.
Mike. Listen,
A
Mike.
driver's license won't necessarily mean I will find that person,
It has the address of where they live.
but I'm definitely
Keeping the money.
yes. Yeah.
So
Hold on.
So
No,
honest,
no,
your
no, no.
non-integrity. You have no
Honest and
integrity.
integrity? Go on,
Let's go on.
Listen. In that scenario, that's a hard scenario to deal with. Okay,
How?
you find the bag, right?
You question
You got a
your own
license.
integrity?
You got a license. I ain't going to no random address where $1 million, and I go into this address for them to possibly snatch me up and be like,
Then they sex traffic
where you fucking
That's
find this shit.
So, I
That
get
shit,
it.
right? So I ain't going to the address.
I get it.
And then I definitely ain't going to the police like, yeah,
Wait,
there's $1 million.
I get it. So it's a sex trafficking trap for people who has really great integrity. So sex traffickers.
No, it ain't a trap. I just
because
saying,
if you bring the bag back to the crib and they're like, "Oh, how nice of you," drug him, and then they get just a bus full of people with high integrity. All these niggas in this bus return the bag to the address.
Yeah, they
So-
just got 10 grand to give away.
Yeah.
Nah, I saying it don't have to be that. It could be people involved in illegal activity, thinking someone steal their money, thinking you
But-
don't know.
But if you bring it
Hold on,
back,
hold on.
if you bring it back, ain't nobody gonna think you a thief. They gonna be like, "This nigga dumb as fuck. This nigga just bring us back our 10 grand."
Or you could have just give it to the police.
Nah, he ain't doing
no,
that
no,
shit.
I'm not doing that.
Nah, he ain't
For
doing
what?
that
I pay taxes. So much taxes, man. It don't make sense.
So
Nah.
So therefore-
Where do my dollars go? Lately,
Therefore,
I have not been convinced.
that personality type does not describe you at
whatsoever.
Nah.
Whatsoever.
If
So
I
stop
can come
it.
up on your ass, I coming up.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
all.
Pause.
Pause.
Pause, unless it's a female ass. that of my wife. Yeah. Yeah. For those
This
trying to,
nigga's so stupid, bro.
For those
Say,
trying to-
hey, woman ass. Not of my wife's ass. Yeah.
I had to be very
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah. Break it right down.
Like the ladies and things.
You a fool, bro. You a fool.
But yeah, this shit pretty dope. I like it.
So your last, so a little bit of
I-
2 cents on the whole personality thing. Do you agree with the accuracy, or
no, I think it's pretty accurate.
even for you, even though both of y'all took it? Like I said, I'm gonna take it for you, and I'll tell you what I get for you.
I think it's pretty on point. Like I say, it's a little nuances.
Yeah, but again, like that's. I
It's
think
a
when
little-
you did it, it was more accurate. But also when you sit down and you look at it, and that's I guess why I saw some of the campaign and stuff applied to me because two of the personality traits were me. It wasn't like the complete opposite. So me reading it is like, yeah, that kind of applied to me. That kind of applied to me.
How
but
close is a logician and an advocate?
Logician and an advocate. Let's see.
I gotta look at it, but
At the top, go to the top. INFJ
INFJ.
and INTJ. It's basically the same shit.
INTP.
Oh, INTP.
So two of them flip. So that's why
thinking and perspective, and I think judging and feeling.
Judging and feeling. Yeah, those are two that flop. But the introvert and the intuition is like they stayed the same.
yeah.
And that's why also underrated said still that you were self improving, right?
Constant improvement, and
Yeah.
something else.
And that's why under mine said mastery of people. So
That makes sense. My 2 cents.
mastery of people. What does that even mean? What does it mean?
My last 2 cents on it is,
Huh?
I think it's very legit. I think a lot of people should take take it, and then just see, or take it with a group of people or somebody that's close to you, and then y'all both take it for yourselves and each other. That'd be pretty dope. But I fuck with it. I like how accurate it could be, and like it's scarily like it'll answer questions for you in a way when you go through the whole breakdown of everything. But what do you think?
no, I thought it was pretty dope. You asked like, what does people mastery mean? I mean, that's just like, but you read people and you understand people, and you able to do like certain things in that, like whereas it said that for campaigner, right? It says that campaigner able to guide a conversation in the way that they want to would make it seem effortless, right? And for me, like I felt that about me, but that's also because there's certain things about the whole people mastery thing, understanding how other people are, and also your own like the intuition and what it is, and the extrovertedness, like just being an extrovert, like people like to be around, life of party type thing, which does more Rico thing, but you see it more with Rico versus, you know what I mean? So it's just like little things like that you could sit down and see, whereas these traits, apply to you. And though in some of the other traits you'll be like, hey, this personality, some of it fit me, some of it fit you because you have some of the things in there. But once you get it line up, I think it's pretty accurate.
Do you have a very personality type shot of the week?
Personality type shot. You see, you cost me about that to switch it up. I need to see whether or not I have one that's personality.
I mean, it's only logical, that we have a shot of the week pertaining to personality. Then you know what I mean.
All right.
Well,
I know if I do this one before.
You ain't got one?
Huh? I got one. I don't know if I do this one before. I don't think so.
I got a little something.
All right, let's hear this.
Got a little something. As easy as ABC, LMNOP, EINGT, QRSZU.
That nigga making up letters. The fuck is a Jew? What is a Jew, nigga?
Zizu. That's a little die down. But go ahead. I talking shit, man.
Nigga say little tie tongue.
So, to detox your mind shot of the week. This will fall into the personality type stuff, right?
Hopefully it does.
Your triggers are your responsibility. It isn't the world's obligation to tiptoe around you. So plain and simple, babe, we all get offended by something, right? Some more easily than others, right? But sometimes people say stuff that are just offensive, though it may not be intended to be offensive. Some things just offend people because they are said. It could be a word. Some people don't like the word moist. They think it's a nasty word. You know what I mean? Moist.
Stop saying it like that, bro. Like, stop saying cakes are moist, nigga.
Yeah,
you feel what I said? Don't stop saying shit like that, all right?
This nigga like words.
This moist.
There's a whole lot of other words people don't like other than moist.
Yeah, but
my
point is people get triggered and offended.
Yo, he's so funny, bro. This nigga say moist.
Yeah.
If you say it like that, I'd be tight too.
I much prefer wet.
Yeah, but some people just don't. Some people just don't like the word. They don't like how it sound or whatever. And some people really get offended by that stuff. Some people get offended by like small things. You flip and touch them the wrong way, they get offended. Though it's not meant to be an offensive thing. So it's not the world's obligation to tiptoe around you. So your own offense, being offended, is up to you. You got to be able to sit down and say, you know what, this may be offensive to me, but was it that person's intention? Sometimes it is the person's intention, and you have all right in the world to be mad. But just because somebody do something and it wasn't directed at you or meant for you, even if it was, but it wasn't intended to be in an offensive manner.
Yeah, make that clear, because they coming out, gonna come out to you, but what?
Yeah, I mean,
I could got a reason to be mad.
Y'all see that shit? Speaking of that,
people do things intentionally.
Let me finish. I wrapping it up right now.
Yeah.
That even if me and DJ having a conversation and we say something and it offends you, just because you hear it, it ain't meant for you. You can feel offended all you want. It ain't my obligation to sugarcoat what I say. Even if I talking to you or to somebody else, to sugarcoat what I say just because it may hurt your feelings. You gotta figure that stuff out and understand that the world don't revolve around you.
Because at the end of the day, this shit segues so perfectly. Your opinion don't fucking count. They say. We out here. Yo, listen, bro. This episode was a special episode to me, bro. Because this personality shit, it got me thinking some shit now. I better be taking all kind of tests for other people. Like when I go home, I'm gonna do my sister. I'm gonna take it for my sister, and I could be like, yeah, this you right here, nigga. But yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, definitely take the test. If y'all I'm not gonna say do this because a lot of people don't do it, but if y'all able to comment, you know what I mean? Just comment what you get, like what your personality is. You don't got to put the letters, you know, whatever the case. You could just put the type, you know what I mean, of the kid, whatever the case you is. But yeah, definitely check us out on Instagram and Your Opinion on Count _YODC, Twitter as well at Your Opinion on Count. YouTube is Your Opinion on Count. Facebook is Your Opinion on Count. There's gonna be a link in the description to take the test. There's also a link in the description for our PayPal link if you wanna you know, give to us, you know, help us out, support us on that type of level. This ain't some Bernie Sanders shit like we want your financial support. We just, you know what I mean? If y'all want to give us some of that love, that's also because it help us make the show look better for y'all, and then we can get working on this merch for y'all. You feel me? But yeah, it's Your Opinion on Count. We out.
Hey, don't forget to click the notification bell. Make sure subscribe. You know, because all that helps. We like to see those subscribers rise up. Bling, bling.
Yeah. All y'all introverted motherfuckers out there need to get out more.
Shut your ass up.
Yeah, don't forget to like our shit, share our shit, subscribe our shit.
He just said that.
We all just said that. We may have similar personalities.
Yeah. No, we don't.
Wait.
No, we don't.
Am I seeing myself?
We out.
Hey, Commander out.
Stop freaking yourself out, John.
Commander out.
Stop this shit. Stop putting an end to this right now, bro. Stick talking about Commander out.
Fucking G.I. Joey.
Who the fuck you think you is?